time, Trustee Fortune will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Would you please stand and join me? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
And Trustee Wagner will now lead us in the invocation.
Recently, the Chancellor sent to the Board a legal memorandum from one of the state's top education law firms counseling us against opening our meetings with prayer based upon a federal court decision in Ohio, which it now turns out conflicts in some manner with a decision out of a local Los Angeles court. The existence of this memo raised in my mind a couple of questions about the nature of invocations and prayers and how these matters even end up in court in the first place. If you're not a believer, opening a meeting with an invocation probably is a lot of superstition amounting to nothing over fast and no harm, no foul. Why you would make a federal court case of it is a good question. If you are a believer, then separate questions are raised, and the question I have is whether or not we're also intolerant of each other's religious views, that no prayer or no invocation except one in our own particular religious tradition will do. If you are a Christian and the prayer doesn't mention Christ, does it somehow not count? If you are Jewish and the prayer invokes Christ, or if you're a Muslim and the prayer invokes Christ, is it offensive? If you are Muslim and the prayer does not begin Allahu Akbar, does it for some reason God not even listen? And one of the best answers to those questions and the question of tolerance that I've come across is from the classic in the field of comparative religion, Professor Houston Smith's The Religions of Man. He answers the question by turning it around and saying, not so much what are we offering to God, but rather, and I quote, how does it all sound to God? Like bedlam? Or in some mysterious way does it blend into harmony? Does one faith carry the melody, the lead, or do the parts share in counterpoint and antiphony when not in solid chorus? We cannot know. All we can do is try to listen carefully and with full attention to each voice in turn as it is raised to the divine. I think Professor Smith's comments are a plea for tolerance. We need fewer legal memos, fewer court cases, and after all, it seems to me the issue is not who prays the best, who prays the loudest. The point is to recognize a power greater than our own and to ask God's blessings on our human endeavors.
Thank you, Trustee Wagner. We'll move to public comments. We have one person who would like to address the board, and Teddi Lorch, would you please come forward to the podium?
Good evening. The newsletters, The Vine and The Dissent, are distributed throughout the college and the district. These are written to demean, ridicule, defame, intimidate those who have been or are in leadership positions at the district and the colleges. These newsletters are produced by Professor Roy Bauer, whose salary is paid with taxpayers' dollars. He shields his bitter, mean-spirited writing in a cloak of academic freedom. Yet, I ask each and every one of you, when does hatred and continued promotion of violence in the workplace, as depicted in his newsletters against me and others, and freedom of speech begin? Only reasonable minds can conclude that the demeaning, defaming content and the duration of his newsletters, so-called The Vine and The Dissent, were maliciously designed to intimidate, ridicule, degrade me and others in leadership positions who were not of his liking. His email address is similar to the Unabomber, who was convicted of murder and should cause concern to all who have experienced or read about the tragic incident of school and workplace violence in this past year, as referenced in the Orange County Register dated 11/14/99. Higher education should be about values, the values of informed citizenship, the values expressed in a sense of responsibility, decency, compassion toward our fellow colleagues and toward all individuals if we disagree.
Thank you.
Thank you. I didn't know it was just 2 minutes.
Yes, we changed our format, but we do have it in written form, I believe. So thank you very much. Okay.
It's the end of the summer, man.